Hey everyone, Jesus here again. Welcome to this advanced mockup tutorial. In this guide, we will go step by step through the process of creating a realistic mockup for bulk customization on MyDesigns. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have a fully prepared Photoshop file ready for automation. Now, let's get started. First, we need to prepare the base image and the input file or placeholder. I've attached a link below to a Google Drive folder containing input files from various print providers ready for download. Once you have the necessary files, open both the base image and the input file in Photoshop. Then, create a new working file with a canvas size of 2000 by 1500 pixels. Copy and paste the base image into the working file. Next, we need to mask out the product, such as a shirt or hoodie. It is best to use a product that is white, like a white t-shirt, hoodie, or mug, to achieve better customization and effect application. After masking the product, duplicate the layer 5 times. Rename these layers as follows, starting from the top: Shadows, Highlights 1, Highlights 2, Midtones, and Base. Now, create a solid color layer and clip it to the base layer. This solid color layer will serve as the color input for MyDesigns bulk automation. Rename it using the prefix MD color, followed by the product name. For example, in this case, name it MD-color-T-shirt-color. Let's move on to the T-shirt effect and textures. First, focus on the shadows. Choose white as the color for the color layer, then hide all layers except for the shadows layer. Right-click on the shadows layer and select blending options. Adjust the white slider to the left to eliminate the highlights, leaving only the shadows visible. The edges may appear harsh, so hold the Alt key or Option key on Mac to split the slider for a smoother transition. Adjust the sliders until you achieve the desired effect. In this case, setting the right slider at default and the left slider to about 110 looks perfect. Change the color layer to black. Hide the shadows layer and unhide highlights one, and go to Blending Options. This time, move the black slider to the right to eliminate the shadows, leaving only the highlights. Again, hold the Alt or Option key to split the slider and make the effect seamless. Move the right slider all the way to the right and the left slider all the way to the left. For the Highlights 2 layer, hide Highlights 1 and unhide Highlights 2. Open Blending Options and split the sliders as before. Move the right slider all the way to the right and adjust the left slider to a range of 200 to 240. Lastly, leave the midtones layer as it is. Now adjust the opacity blending. When changing the color layer to any color, the shirt should seamlessly adopt the new shade. Currently, it is set to black, but the shirt remains white. To fix this, first hide the shadows layer. Set highlights 1 to 5% opacity, highlights 2 to 25% opacity, and midtones to 5% opacity. Now, the highlights look smooth, and the shirt appears natural in darker tones. However, it still looks bad in light or white colors. To correct this, unhide the shadows layer and convert it to a smart object. Then, rasterize the layer. Go to Blending Options and apply a black color overlay. The shadows may still appear too harsh, so lower the opacity to about 50%. If you're not satisfied with the effects, you can always change each layer's slider to fit your preferences. These settings work perfectly fine on the shirt, so let's go ahead and move to the next step. Let's group these shirt effects together and name the folder Effects. Now that the shirt effects are complete, add a heather texture layer. Open the heather template, which I have linked in a Google Drive folder below. Copy and paste this layer just above the midtones layer. Scale it down slightly and confirm the transformation. To ensure the texture only affects the shirt, hold the Control or Command key and click the thumbnail of the base layer. This will automatically select the shirt. Now, go to the heather layer and apply a mask. Rename the layer MD Heather TShirt Heather for MyDesigns bulk customization. Next, let's add the input file or placeholder. Copy the input file into your working file and rename it using the prefix MD Image. In this case, name it MD Image Design and press Enter. Convert this layer to a smart object for bulk customization. Once done, scale it down to fit the correct proportion. Press Ctrl or Command T to transform the layer. Adjust it accordingly and confirm the transformation. To ensure the input file adopts the wrinkles of the shirt, create a displacement map. Duplicate the background layer and set the document type to New. This new file will serve as the displacement file. Convert it to black and white by going to Image, Adjustments, and selecting black and white. Click OK. Then apply a Gaussian blur by going to Filter, Blur, Gaussian blur, and setting it to a value between 3 and 15 pixels. In this case, 3 pixels is sufficient. Save this file as displacement. Return to your working file and select the input file layer. Go to Filter, Distort, and choose Displace. Keep the settings as they are and click OK. Select the Displacement PSD file. The wrinkles of the shirt are now applied to the input file. You can adjust the strength of this effect by clicking the arrow icon next to the Displace effect and modifying the settings. If needed, reposition the design by pressing Ctrl or Command T and adjusting the placement. Now we have a fully customizable and ultra-realistic mockup. This PSD mockup features great product texture, heather option enable, color customization, and displacement wrap across the design or input file. Let's save the file and test it in MyDesigns to ensure it works perfectly fine. Okay, let's go over to the mockup to upload the mockup we just did. Make sure you're in the correct category. In this case, I'm on the clothing since I'll upload a t-shirt mockup. Let's go ahead and hit Upload Mockup and select the file we just did. I'm just going to wait for this to load up. All right, it's done. I'm going to go ahead and link the product to Bella 3001. Linking the mockup to a product will ensure you'll get the product colors straight from the library when generating bulk mockups. Now, make sure you set the color attribute for layer T-shirt header to color and the color attribute for layer T-shirt color to color as well. This ensures that the color attribution works perfectly when publishing is enabled. Please make sure to hit the Save Changes. Let's go ahead and test these with a T-shirt design. Select a listing you want to test out and hit Quick Actions and Image Mockups. I'm just going to search the mockup that I just uploaded. All right, here it is. As you can see, since we have linked this to the Bella 3001 product, I get all the product color profiles from different print providers. I'm going to select the athletic header and make sure the T-shirt header option is enabled for this one. Look at that. The mockup works perfectly. To ensure this works perfectly with light and darker tone colors, I'm just going to test this out with a few different colors. As you can see, the mockup works perfectly on all kinds of colors, even when header option is enabled. You have now created a fully customizable and ultra-realistic mockup, ready for bulk customization. And that's it for today's advanced tutorial on creating realistic mockups for MyDesigns, bulk automation, and listing. I hope this guide helped you streamline your workflow and create stunning mockups at scale. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more tips and tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.